Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Today we are going to be talking about Youthforia once again, and this is my third and final video talking about this, so we're just going to wrap everything up and, give our final thoughts. So the reason I'm making this video today is because Youthforia finally apologized, I guess you could say. So for those who are not caught up, basically Youthforia came out with, shade 600 of their foundation, which was literal black face paint. And then for 3 weeks went radio silent when people were saying like, hey, this ain't cool. Then on Instagram, they issued a statement just being like, we're hiring basically a DEI person to help us with our shade ranges. And it was basically like a job application, literally. And then in the comment section of that, people obviously, were saying what they had to say. And finally, in that comment section of the statement that they made, they had an apology. They like pinned their own comment as the apology. It's too much. It's very Instagram, like very very influencer brand vibes. But basically, I will read that out to you now because it was not advertised. I don't think unless you are like closely following the situation, I don't think most people know that Youthforia finally apologized and said they're taking down shade 600, because most people probably didn't even go back to that post or like anything. So it's just very like sneaky and like just not cute at all. But yes, so I'm going to read their pinned comment really quick. When we extended our foundation shade range, we never intended to upset our customers or community, and we sincerely apologize. We have made the decision to stop selling shade 600 and are working with our retailers to remove it from all in-store and online locations. We remain committed to listening to our community and providing inclusive products. So that was a week after they initially posted the post. Then they pinned their own comment. So yeah, let's talk about that and then this is the last time because I can't do it anymore. Like this has been over like almost 2 months now of this. After this, I'm just, obviously we know not to buy from them. This is just me like kind of rounding out all of the stuff and like leaving it on like a more closed off note, because my other 2 videos were, just me like ranting and being like, oh, we'll see what's next. But this is pretty much it. So I'm just gonna give my final thoughts, and yeah. So let's talk about that statement or apology or whatever. One of the main things I'm mad about is just the fact that the apology couldn't get its own post, and the fact that you could have pinned it to the top of your Instagram or like gave it its own post or something. But yeah, so that was obviously shady, and only the people who are actually thinking about this situation are gonna know that what like happened. The apology is a pinned comment in the comment section of a post that is now like 6 weeks old, and it's just shady. Like honestly, that's just like very grimy and slimy and gross. You can tell that the apology, probably she didn't want to do this apology. I can just tell, like, I don't know why, but I can tell she was definitely forced. And by she, I mean the CEO, Fiona, I think her name is, because of, I feel like her investors, cause like, she was on Shark Tank. That's how she got, all that. Mark Cuban is one of her investors. So I think Marky Mark was probably like, hey girl, fix this up or you ain't getting no money, because this really, really put a bad stain on the brand. And I feel like Mark, or whoever all her investors are, I don't know her, so I don't know. I just know Mark is one of them. But I feel like they were like, this is not blowing over. Because people like were pretty much still like, I went to a makeup class recently and they were talking about it there, and that was like a week ago, and people were still talking about the shade 600 thing. So I'm just like, yeah, this is like really, really bad. It was not a good look on that brand at all. So I feel like her investors probably like were like, apologize now, or like, I don't know. And so although I think at this point, the apology, most people probably aren't really, it's like, okay, cool, you apologize, but like, you don't really mean it, I don't think. Like, it seems like one of those just like, here, damn apologies, like just a half-ass, like Like literally the tone of it, I don't know, like I know people are gonna be like, oh, you guys are never happy, she apologized, you're still like, no, I'm still not satisfied. I'm sorry, like I don't care. I have standards, okay? And if the apology is not up to my standard, then it's like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, y'all want us to be okay with racism so bad. It's actually insane. It just gave, I don't know, like, it wasn't the worst apology I've ever heard, but the fact that it came so late, and you can tell an apology was like the last thing she wanted to do, because I'm sorry, if she was smart, she would have been taken down Shade 600 and issued an apology immediately. Like, as soon as she heard the first, inkling of hearing things, if I were her, I would have immediately apologized and taken down the shade and reformulated and tried to fix it. Maybe then people would have been willing to, okay, maybe she just genuinely didn't know, or I don't know, but she's trying to fix it. But her waiting until the very last line of defense to finally apologize is literally giving okay, damn, y'all, it's just girl, we already got the memo. It's not a good look. This is definitely giving passive aggressive, just I don't know, getting mad at us for having a valid, concern. I mean, I'm glad that there was something, but it not having its own post really rubs me the wrong way. And I don't like that it's not even pinned to her Instagram. You can pin 3 posts to the top of your Instagram. She didn't even pin the post. It's literally just a post now that's buried under a whole bunch of other posts. So if someone new were to see this brand and they went on Instagram, they wouldn't even know what anyone else was talking about, which obviously it makes sense on the brand's end, but it doesn't look good. That's not a good, you shouldn't be proud of that as a brand. You shouldn't be happy to do that. I know it sucks, exposing how you messed up to new customers, but I feel like owning it these days, you just gotta own it, apologize, you messed up, you can't erase that. So I think, just owning that as a brand is kind of important these days, especially with the way social media is, and people do not forget. I'm telling you, there is always gonna be a group of people that remember this, and they're not gonna let her live it down because of how badly she messed up. If she had genuinely been oh shit, I'm so sorry, from the beginning, taken the shade down and been okay, that was a complete flop, I'm sorry, whatever, taking it down, reformulating. But in this apology, she doesn't even say she's reformulating. She the shade, she's just all right, taking it down, that's it. And it's okay, I do want you to take it down because it was horrendous, but can you replace it? Can you fix it? Or are we just throwing our hands up and saying you give up because we got mad? If you really cared about this as a brand owner, you really wanted to thrive, you have the attention on you, you might as well just try to fix it while people are still looking at you. I don't know. I don't run a brand. Well, technically I do. I actually do have my own business, but it's more on the special effects side, although we do have shade ranges for some of our prosthetics, which we've taken a very long time to formulate. And so which is why I'm kind of not really understanding. It's very easy to, for example, we have in my shop, me and my friend, we own a special effects makeup shop, and we have 6 shades that we offer for our prosthetics. And if someone were to, say that our darkest shade was bad, we would easily fix it. It's not that deep. It's oh shit, my bad, didn't mean to do that. Fix it. It's okay. We could have just moved on, and it could have been another day. I mean, some people would have still been mad, but it's we could have at least been all right, whatever, she fixed it, whatever. And those who want to keep buying from you can keep buying from you, and those who don't just won't. But now you've just made a lot of people not want to buy from you by just showing that you don't really give a damn, at all. And this isn't even her first mistake. She literally, I'm pretty sure the same foundation range had to extend it because it was so bad. And it was oh yeah, we're gonna put a rush on the shades, and it's just girl, the shade should have been here from the first drop, but okay. Like, someone literally commented under their comment in the comment section and said, bearing your apology in a comment on a week's old post is pretty weak. What the fuck are y'all doing? Like, so I'm not the only one who thinks it's a bit sketch. Like, they definitely, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks it's a bit weird. Also, I'm sorry my camera keeps like focusing on different stuff, so if the lighting changes, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so I'm gonna pretty much end this video soon. Overall thoughts, me personally, it's giving Youthforia, you're done, babes. Pack it up, you're done. Like, you messed up your, you know, what little internet clout you had. Obviously the people who don't care or don't know about this are probably still gonna shop with them. I don't think that the brand's gonna shut down or anything, but I do think that this is a very bad stain on their overall, you know, brand history or whatever. Like, it's giving, like, this is something like Tarte would do, and it's like, you don't want to be associated with like the Tartes of the world or like the Too Faced of the world. You don't want to be in that crowd, but she's kind of going that direction. So yeah, I think, you know, the way the internet goes, baby, they never forget. They do not forget. People on the internet, there's always going to be someone who remembers this. And it was a really big like thing on TikTok. And TikTok, that shit spreads like fucking wildfire anyway. So yeah, it's definitely not, I don't know. I mean, she has other posts after this. Like, she's definitely like just going on about her business and about, she's moving on. So maybe she wants us to move on too. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Our girl Fiona, she really messed up. A lot of people are not happy with her. I mean, neither am I. Honestly though, this is gonna be my last time talking about it, most likely, unless something else happens. But this is definitely gonna be my last video about this, because now I just don't care anymore and I'm moving on. I'm not buying from the brand, neither should you guys. You know, there's bigger problems in the world, as someone commented on one of my other videos, which I would just like to say, I can be mad about multiple things at once. Don't worry, babes. But yes, there are bigger issues in the world. At the end of the day, you know, this is just another racist ass brand and we move. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Just wanted to, you know, kind of round it out, get our conclusions going so we can move on. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can